Hello, America. Hello, Wichita, Kansas. Hello, Oakley, Kansas. I'm Caden Runnels at Seeking Context. I'm usually the editor and producer of the show, but today I'll be your special guest host. Justin is out today. He is on a vacation. I think he's flying back now, probably on first class or his private jet, with his champagne. So he's ready to go. He'll be back soon. But this episode, episode 37, No Matter the Weather, I've produced in the past 2 days. So it's a pretty short one, and we'll keep it quick. So to begin the episode, I'd just like to say thank you to our first sponsors, the High Plains Barbershop Chorus in Hays, Kansas. If you want to know more about them, check them out on episode 33, Sound Celebration. And if you're interested in joining the chorus, they're always accepting new members of all ages, and they meet Thursday evenings from 8 to 10 p.m. at the Trinity Lutheran Church in Hays. So thank you once again, High Plains Barbershop Chorus, for being our first official sponsors. And if you want to support the podcast, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitch. You can subscribe to the audio podcast wherever you get your podcasts at. And you can also give a monetary donation at our Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/seekingcontext. And you can give as much or as little as you want. It's as low as $1. But if you give any monetary donation, you get the access to our full backlog of videos that we may not have shown to the public. So if you're looking for more context from Seeking Context, give those a look. Okay, so we're going to get into the episode, No Matter the Weather, episode 37, and I'll be back at the end of it. Just west of Wichita, Kansas, is a town that some may not realize is integral to the everyday lives of thousands in Wichita. The small town of Cheney, Kansas, with a population of around 2,000, has a great hometown feel, like most places in the area. But just north of the town is 9,600 acres of water that supplies all of Wichita. This reservoir was constructed in 1965 to support the water infrastructure of Wichita. With this new body of water came a state park. The park portion of the Cheney Reservoir is almost 2,000 more acres of land, making the total park about 10,000 acres. I talked to one of the individuals who maintain this park for a living. This is Jonathan Dalbom. He's from a small town just south of Cheney.
My name is Jonathan Dalbom. I work out at Cheney State Park as a facility specialist, and I take care of the campgrounds and all the trees, and I help maintain mowers, vehicles, trails, bathrooms, shower houses. I mean, there's quite a bit.
Jonathan has worked out at the park for about 1.5 years now. His upbringing and experience made him a perfect fit for the job.
I guess my experience in being outdoors and wildlife and experiences I've picked up through my work. I grew up on a farm, so maintenance of vehicles was taught to me, and then I worked for a utility company running a mini excavator, and we got to dig up water lines that start leaking and place those, and that's pretty much what I was doing before. And as far as the electrical, they taught me that there. It's basic, just changing out a breaker or an outlet in one of the pedestals. I myself can watch somebody do something 2 or 3 times. I can do it right after that 2 or 3 times, and then it just sticks with me.
Jonathan explained what the park has to offer to guests that may find themselves in the area.
There's some campgrounds, I can't remember the number, but there's campgrounds that have water and electric, and then there's campgrounds that do not. And people either fill up their water tanks on their campers or use a generator on the primitive sites, what we call them. Hiking trails on the west side, I think there's 5 miles of trails, and it's very wooded. And then there's one little walking trail on the east side, but it's not very long, and it's concrete, not much of a nature trail. Mm-hmm. We take care of the docks as well. Yesterday, me and another maintenance guy had to go pull 2 up because all the rain we've been getting, and they're just the slide-in docks, so they don't float up with the water, so we had to pull them up out of the water so they're still accessible.
I also realized that there's plenty of seating area. We also discussed the different wildlife that can be found around the area.
Or what does the park
Depending on time of the year, you can see bald eagles, but they're more in the cold season. And then there's pelicans, seagulls, all types of birds, squirrels, rabbits. There's a few roadrunners that run around there. Plenty of deer. And lizards, snakes. There's even some rattlesnakes around that area. And pretty much anything you think of Kansas has,
it's there.
Wildlife. No Bigfoot, but we do have some shirts there for sale that say Bigfoot Hunter or something.
I also discovered there's a yacht club on the reservoir.
And then there's also a sailing club?
Yeah, we don't have anything to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Really, we take care of the bathroom, and it's called the
Boat, a sailing
Yacht Club.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
It's the...
And it's called a Yacht Club. And, or maybe, I've seen a sign that says that. But, yeah, they pretty much maintain that area themselves. There's not very many members.
Of the yacht club.
Of the yacht club, yeah. There's about 200, I think. And I've heard from employees that have been there longer than me that there used to be 500.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yacht club in Kansas.
More of a sailing.
Okay.
I don't know why it says yacht club. It's more of a sailing club.
Okay.
Returning to the history of the dam, Jonathan heard of areas that were not completely removed before being flooded with water.
Flows down in the Cheney Reservoir, and then there's the dam, and then the water plant for Wichita is below the dam, and then there's obviously floodgates, and then the Nisqually River continues down. I've heard that when that dam was built, not everything was removed from that area, so there's still road structures and probably some buildings still down in the lake.
Whoa. Is there divers out there? Have anyone went and looked?
I'm sure there has been, but I have not heard any first-hand stories.
Chelsea, Kansas is another example of this phenomenon, where multiple structures can still be found underwater after the area was flooded for the reservoir. So there's a possibility someone could still find roads, buildings, and street posts under the lake. I then asked Jonathan what fulfills him about his job out at the Cheney Reservoir.
Because I get to be outdoors, and I love the outdoors. I'm not stuck in a building. 95% of my job is outside, which is good, but also bad depending on the weather. But when stuff needs done, you gotta do it, no matter the weather.
I then asked about if a younger him would have predicted that this was his career.
No. I had no idea where I was going out of high school. And I just went into the workforce and have been jumping from job to job, kind of. A few years here, a few years there. And then I think this is the long career one.
Walking through the trails, I thought it was amazing that so many different environments were within walking distance of each other. From plains, to marshes, to dry prairies, I found it all here. Jonathan is just one example of the small town people who keep our wildlife parks maintained. While preserving a slice of nature for us to enjoy on the weekends, we also have to tame and maintain it for a comfortable experience to the layman. Jonathan's hard work and stoic passion make the state's park system what it is. So if you're ever in the area of the Cheney Reservoir, give it a look. You won't be disappointed. All right. And that was episode 37, No Matter the Weather. Thank you, Jonathan Dalbom, for being interviewed in such short notice. It really was a great day to go out on the lake and just hike around and get some of that B-roll footage. And I'm glad that we could get it done. And thank you guys for stopping by to check out the podcast. We made it a short one so you could get back to your weekend or whatever day you're watching this, get to the rest of your day. But just before I leave, I just want to say if you want to support us, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitch, or check out a Buy Me a Coffee to make a monetary donation. And once again, I want to say thank you for stopping by since I was doing this one solo. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.